7 things most people take a lifetime to learn. Life can often feel like a maze, a series of winding paths that lead us in different directions, some smooth, others full of obstacles. We all start out with dreams, with plans, and with the hope that we can achieve something great. But as we journey through life, we begin to realize that not everything we thought we knew about the world is as it seems. We make mistakes, we face setbacks, and sometimes it feels like we're not even moving forward. But here's the thing. Every step, every misstep, is part of the process. Through each challenge, we are learning lessons, sometimes the hard way, that many people spend their whole lives trying to understand. From the outside, it might seem like everyone else has it figured out. You see people around you succeeding, seemingly without struggle, and you can't help but wonder what they know that you don't. But here's the truth. No one has all the answers. The beauty of life lies in its lessons, and the most valuable ones often come when you least expect them. These are the lessons most people take a lifetime to learn. Lessons that will shape your future, your mindset, and your happiness if you're open to them. Today I want to share with you 7 things that, if understood sooner, could make a world of difference in how you approach life. I'm not just talking about theoretical knowledge or wisdom from textbooks. I'm talking about real, practical life lessons that could change the way you live, the way you think, and the way you feel about yourself and the world around you. You might already know some of these, but have you truly embraced them? Have you let them sink in deep enough to change how you move through your days? That's the question we're going to explore today. So, take a moment. Breathe. Open your mind to the possibility of learning, growing, and evolving. Because by the end of this, you might just find that these lessons aren't as hard to learn as they seem. The real challenge is in applying them. Let's begin this journey together, and who knows? Maybe, just maybe, you'll look back on today as the day that changed everything. Lesson 1. Time is the most precious resource. We often hear people say, time is money, but when you really think about it, time is far more valuable than money. You can lose money, work hard to earn it back, and perhaps even gain more than you lost. But time is gone in a heartbeat. Once it passes, there's no getting it back. And yet, so many of us spend our days like we have an endless supply of it. We waste it without even realizing it, thinking that we'll do it tomorrow or someday soon. But as time moves forward, so do the chances and opportunities that could have changed our lives. Think about it. How many times have you looked back and thought, I should have done that differently? Or, I wish I had spent more time on this. We all have those moments. It's not that we didn't know how valuable time is. It's that we didn't fully grasp the urgency of it. We often wait for a perfect moment that never comes. But here's the truth. There will never be a perfect time. The time is now, right now. This moment is all we truly have. You see, life doesn't pause. The world doesn't stop because you're waiting for the stars to align. No one is going to come along and hand you more time. And no matter how much we try to plan, we don't control the clock. Time is constantly ticking away. And what you do with that time will determine the life you build. So how can we make the most of the time we have? First, stop wasting it on things that don't matter. On things or people who drain you, on habits that hold you back, or on waiting for the right moment. Start now. Don't let procrastination rob you of precious time. Focus on what truly matters to you, your goals, your passions, your relationships, and commit to making the most of each day. You might be thinking, but I don't have enough time. I get it. Life is busy, responsibilities pile up, and the world never slows down. But here's the secret. It's not about having time. It's about making time. Prioritize what matters. Learn to say no to distractions, and focus your energy where it counts. Every minute you invest in what's important is a minute that will come back to you in the form of fulfillment and growth. The people who are successful, who seem to have everything together, they've learned this lesson. They don't have more time than you. They've just learned how to use their time wisely. And that's what you need to start doing today. Time waits for no one. The clock is ticking, but it's not too late to make a change. The time to act is right now. Lesson 2. Failure is not the end, it's a beginning. Failure. The word alone can send shivers down your spine, can't it? It's one of those things we're all afraid of, because we've been taught that failure means we're not good enough, that we've messed up, or that we've fallen short. But here's the thing. Failure is not the enemy. In fact, failure is often the greatest teacher you'll ever have. I know, it sounds counterintuitive, doesn't it? You're probably thinking, why would I want to fail? That sounds terrible. But think about it for a moment. Every single successful person you know, whether they're a business mogul, an athlete, an artist, or an entrepreneur, has experienced failure. And in fact, their most defining moments probably came after they stumbled, fell, and got back up again. Failure is not the end of the road. It's not a brick wall that you hit and can't move past. It's a doorway that leads to growth, learning, and eventually, success. The trick is how you respond to failure. You can let it define you and hold you back, or you can choose to use it as a stepping stone on your journey. The real problem with failure is not that it happens, but that so many of us give up when it does. We get discouraged, we start doubting ourselves, and we throw in the towel. But if you look closely at the people who've succeeded in life, you'll notice one common thread. They didn't give up when they failed. They learned from it, adjusted their approach, and kept going. And that's exactly what you need to do too. Let's be real for a second. There are plenty of things you'll try in life that won't work out. And that's okay. That's how you learn. Every time you fail, you're gathering valuable information about what works and what doesn't. You're building resilience, and you're getting closer to the success you desire. In fact, sometimes it's through failure that you find your greatest breakthroughs. Think of the times you failed in your own life. Maybe it was a relationship that ended badly, or a project at work that didn't go as planned, or a personal goal you couldn't quite reach. At the time, it probably felt devastating. But now, looking back, don't you see how much you've grown? Don't you see how that failure helped you understand yourself better, become stronger, or make wiser choices going forward? So the next time you face failure, don't run from it. Don't hide from it. Embrace it. Learn from it. And remember, it's not the end of your story. It's just the beginning of a new chapter. The road to success is paved with failures. It's not about avoiding them. It's about how you bounce back. Failure is not a reflection of who you are. It's simply part of the process that will lead you to the person you're meant to be. Keep going, keep trying, and keep growing. The best is yet to come. Lesson 3. The importance of emotional intelligence. We all know what it feels like to be angry, sad, or overwhelmed. Emotions are a natural part of life, and we all experience them. But how many times have those emotions gotten the best of you? How often do you find yourself reacting impulsively, only to regret your actions later? Or maybe you've been in a situation where someone else's emotions were so overpowering that you didn't know how to handle it. That's where emotional intelligence, EQ, comes into play. Emotional intelligence is the ability to understand and manage your own emotions, as well as recognize and influence the emotions of others. It's not just about being aware of what you're feeling, but also knowing how to handle those feelings in a way that benefits you and those around you. And here's the thing. Emotional intelligence can be more important than your IQ when it comes to building relationships, succeeding in your career, and even achieving personal happiness. Think about it. How many times have you heard of someone who's brilliant at what they do but struggles to get along with others? Or perhaps they can't manage their stress well and end up burning out. On the other hand, someone with strong emotional intelligence might not have the highest IQ, but they're great at navigating relationships, staying calm under pressure, and empathizing with others. They're able to build trust, resolve conflicts, and maintain balance, even in difficult situations. This is why emotional intelligence is such a vital life skill. It's not just about feeling good or being in tune with your emotions. It's about understanding how your emotions influence your behavior and decision-making. It's about self-awareness, knowing why you feel what you feel, and then using that awareness to make better choices. And it's about empathy, understanding how others feel, even when they're not saying it out loud, and responding in a way that's compassionate and effective. So how do you develop emotional intelligence? Start by paying attention to your emotions. Don't ignore them or push them down. Instead, take a moment to recognize what you're feeling and why. Ask yourself, what's really going on here? What triggered this emotion? When you understand your emotional responses, you can choose how to react, rather than being controlled by them. The next step is to practice empathy. Pay attention to how others are feeling, even if they're not saying anything. You'd be surprised by how much you can learn just by observing body language, tone of voice, or subtle cues. And when you understand someone else's emotions, you can respond in a way that supports and strengthens your relationship. Emotional intelligence is a skill you can improve over time, and the more you work on it, the better equipped you'll be to handle life's challenges. In the end, it's not just about being smart or rational all the time. It's about being emotionally aware, resilient, and connected to the people around you. And when you get better at this, your life will change in ways you never imagined. Lesson 4. People come and go, but self-love is forever. We all know what it feels like to be loved by someone else. Whether it's the love of a partner, family, or friends, it feels amazing to be cherished, supported, and accepted. But what happens when those people aren't there? What happens when the love of others fades, or when relationships end, or when you're left standing alone? That's where the power of self-love comes in. Self-love isn't about being narcissistic or selfish. It's about recognizing your own worth, appreciating who you are, and taking care of yourself in the same way you would care for someone you love deeply. It's about understanding that while other people can add value to your life, you are the foundation of your own happiness. And if you can't love yourself, it's hard to truly love or be loved by anyone else. I know. We're all told to love ourselves, but it's not always that simple, is it? Especially when life gets tough or when we make mistakes, it's easy to fall into self-doubt or feel like we're not enough. But that's precisely when self-love is most needed. It's in those moments of struggle, uncertainty, or loneliness that you need to show up for yourself. You need to remind yourself that you're worthy, that you matter, and that you're doing the best you can. Self-love is about setting healthy boundaries, prioritizing your well-being, and treating yourself with kindness. It's about taking time for yourself, whether that's through relaxation, hobbies, or simply giving yourself a break from the chaos of life. It's about speaking to yourself the way you would speak to a loved one, gently, compassionately, and with understanding. One of the most important things to understand about self-love is that it doesn't come from external validation. It doesn't matter how much praise or recognition you get from others if you don't feel good about yourself on the inside. External love and approval are wonderful, but they shouldn't be the source of your happiness. When you love yourself, you don't need constant affirmation from others to feel worthy. You already know that you are. And here's the beautiful thing about self-love. The more you love yourself, the more you'll attract the right people into your life. When you value yourself, you set the standard for how others should treat you. You won't settle for toxic relationships, and you won't allow yourself to be mistreated. You'll surround yourself with people who respect you, uplift you, and love you just as much as you love yourself. Self-love is not a one-time event. It's a daily practice, a commitment to showing up for yourself, especially when life gets challenging. It's understanding that you are worthy of love, respect, and care, not because of what you've done or how you've performed, but simply because you are you. So, take time today to show yourself some love. Be kind to yourself. Treat yourself with the same compassion and care you give to others. Because in the end, the most important relationship you'll ever have is the one you have with yourself. And when you love yourself, everything else in life starts to fall into place. Lesson 5. Health is wealth. There's a saying that goes, "You can't pour from an empty cup." And when it comes to health, nothing could be truer. We spend so much of our time chasing success, working on our careers, and taking care of others. But we often neglect the one thing that is the foundation for everything else: our health. Without good health, everything else is harder to enjoy, and sometimes even impossible. Think about it. How many times have you pushed yourself to the limit, thinking that you could just keep going without paying attention to your body? We live in a world that glorifies hustle, where working late, skipping meals, and ignoring rest are seen as signs of dedication. But here's the harsh truth. No amount of success, no amount of money, and no amount of recognition can make up for poor health. Your health is the most valuable asset you have. It's the thing that allows you to wake up every day with energy, to pursue your dreams, to enjoy the people around you, and to live life fully. When you're in good health, you have the energy to work hard, the clarity to think well, and the strength to keep going even when challenges arise. But when your health is compromised, everything else in life becomes harder. It's easy to take our health for granted, especially when we're young or when we feel like we're invincible. But as we age, or as we face health issues, the consequences of neglecting our well-being become painfully clear. It's when we're forced to slow down or take time off that we realize how much we took our health for granted. So, why wait until something goes wrong to take care of yourself? The best time to start prioritizing your health is right now. This doesn't mean you need to make drastic changes or live a life of perfection. It's about consistency, making small, sustainable changes that build a healthier, happier you. It's about eating well, staying active, getting enough rest, and managing your stress. It's about taking breaks when you need them, listening to your body, and learning to say no when you're stretched too thin. Remember, health isn't just about the absence of disease. It's about feeling vibrant, energetic, and alive. It's about nurturing your physical, mental, and emotional well-being. If you're not taking care of your health, you're not taking care of yourself. And if you don't take care of yourself, no amount of success will matter. So, take a step today. Maybe it's going for a walk, cooking a healthy meal, meditating for a few minutes, or simply getting enough sleep tonight. Whatever it is, do it with the understanding that your health is an investment in your future. It's the foundation that everything else in your life will be built on. And trust me, when you take care of your body, your mind, and your soul, you'll be able to accomplish more, enjoy life more, and feel more fulfilled. Lesson 6. Money can't buy happiness, but it's still important money. It's a topic that gets a lot of attention, sometimes too much. We're told that money can buy us freedom, luxury, and happiness. We live in a world that constantly pushes the idea that having more money will solve our problems and make us happier. But here's a reality check. Money can buy you things, but it can't buy you happiness. Now, before you think I'm saying that money is worthless or unnecessary, let me make one thing clear. Money is important. It's necessary. Money can provide stability, comfort, and the freedom to pursue your goals. It can give you access to opportunities, better health care, education, and experiences that enrich your life. But the key is understanding that money is a tool. It's not the goal. It's a means to an end, not the end itself. You've probably heard stories about celebrities or wealthy individuals who have all the money in the world but still feel empty or unfulfilled. It's true. The reality is that money, no matter how much of it you have, can never give you lasting happiness. Happiness comes from within. It's rooted in the relationships you build, the passions you pursue, and the sense of purpose you feel in your life. Money can help you live a comfortable life, but it cannot fill the deeper voids that come from a lack of emotional connection, self-fulfillment, or inner peace. On the other hand, while money can't buy happiness, it's undeniable that financial stress can take a significant toll on your mental and emotional well-being. Worrying about bills, debt, or living paycheck to paycheck can cause anxiety, stress, and even physical health problems. That's why financial stability is so important. It's not about accumulating wealth for the sake of luxury, but rather ensuring that you have enough to meet your needs and live comfortably. The key to understanding money's role in your life is finding balance. Yes, work hard to achieve financial success. Yes, strive for financial independence. But don't make the mistake of thinking that once you reach a certain financial milestone, you'll automatically be happy. Money won't fill the emotional gaps in your life, nor will it solve all your problems. What it can do is provide you with the freedom to focus on what truly matters: your relationships, your personal growth, your experiences, and your peace of mind. So, here's the secret. Instead of chasing after money to fill a perceived void, focus on living a meaningful, purpose-driven life. Build connections with the people you care about. Do work that you're passionate about. Invest your time in things that make you feel alive. And yes, make sure that your financial situation is stable enough to support the life you want to live. When you do this, you'll find that happiness doesn't come from how much you have, but from how you live and what you prioritize. Money is a tool, not a goal. And when you use it wisely, you can create the life you truly desire, a life that's rich in experiences, relationships, and fulfillment, rather than just possessions. So, go ahead, work hard, make your money, but always remember that true happiness comes from living a life that aligns with your values and your passions, not the number in your bank account. Lesson 7. The power of perspective. One of the most powerful tools we have in life is the way we choose to see the world. Our perspective shapes everything, from the way we handle challenges to how we respond to success, and even how we view ourselves. It's incredible how a shift in perspective can change not just how we feel, but how we experience life itself. But here's the catch. We don't always realize how much our perspective influences us. We get caught up in seeing things one way, believing that there's only one truth, one path, and one answer. But life is full of different angles, and the way we choose to look at things can make all the difference. Think about the last difficult situation you faced. How did you react to it? Did you see it as an obstacle, a setback, or a failure? Or did you view it as an opportunity to grow, to learn something new, or to build resilience? The same event can look completely different depending on how we choose to interpret it. And when we start looking at life with a wider lens, when we open ourselves up to seeing things from different perspectives, we unlock a new level of understanding and power. One of the most important aspects of perspective is realizing that your reality is not the only reality. What you're experiencing might feel like the only truth, but someone else in the same situation might see it entirely differently. Think about how many times you've had a conversation with someone and realized that, while you were both talking about the same thing, you had completely different views. That's the power of perspective. It allows us to see things from multiple viewpoints, and that's where empathy and understanding begin. Here's something important to remember. The perspective you hold will determine how you move through life. If you see everything as a problem, life will feel like a constant battle. But if you start to see challenges as opportunities, life becomes an exciting adventure full of potential. If you see failure as the end, you'll be defeated before you even try. But if you see it as a lesson, you'll always come out stronger. Changing your perspective is not about ignoring the difficulties or pretending that life is always easy. It's about choosing to see the possibilities, the lessons, and the growth that come with every experience. So, how do you start shifting your perspective? It starts with awareness. Pay attention to how you respond to situations, especially the ones that frustrate or upset you. Take a moment to pause and ask yourself, is this the only way I can see this? Challenge your assumptions and be open to seeing things differently. And most importantly, practice gratitude. When you focus on the positive aspects of your life, you begin to see more of what's going right instead of what's going wrong. Life doesn't have to be perfect to be beautiful. The challenges, the highs, the lows, they all offer something valuable if you're willing to change how you look at them. And by shifting your perspective, you can transform any situation into an opportunity for growth, learning, and ultimately, happiness. Conclusion: the power of learning and growing. As we wrap up these lessons, I want you to remember something important. Life is not a destination, it's a journey. And this journey is full of opportunities for growth, learning, and transformation. The 7 lessons we've explored together: time, failure, emotional intelligence, self-love, health, money, and perspective, are not just concepts to think about. They're invitations to change how you live, how you think, and how you interact with the world around you. But here's the thing: knowing these lessons is not enough. You can listen to this, nod your head, and agree with everything I've said. But unless you take action, unless you begin to apply these lessons in your daily life, nothing will change. The real power lies in how you choose to live these lessons out. It's easy to get distracted by the noise of the world, to lose sight of what truly matters, and to fall back into old habits. But every day is a new opportunity to start fresh, to make different choices, and to grow into the person you are meant to be. No one has all the answers. We're all figuring it out as we go. And that's the beauty of life. It's constantly evolving, just like you are. You'll face challenges, you'll make mistakes, and there will be times when you feel like giving up. But I want you to remember this: growth comes through the struggle. It's not the easy moments that shape you, it's the difficult ones. It's when you push through, when you learn from your failures, when you choose to keep going despite the setbacks, that you become stronger and wiser. The path to success, happiness, and fulfillment is not a straight line. It's full of twists, turns, and unexpected detours. But if you keep these lessons in mind, you'll be better equipped to navigate whatever comes your way. You'll learn to manage your time wisely, embrace failure as a stepping stone, practice emotional intelligence, love yourself, prioritize your health, use money wisely, and shift your perspective. And in doing so, you'll create a life that is meaningful, balanced, and truly fulfilling. So what's next? Take these lessons, reflect on them, and begin to incorporate them into your life. Don't wait for the perfect time. The time is now. Start small, but start today. Each step you take will lead you closer to the person you're meant to be, and each lesson you apply will bring you one step closer to the life you desire. Remember, you're not alone on this journey. We're all in this together, learning, growing, and evolving. Keep going, keep growing, and most importantly, keep believing in yourself. You have everything you need to create a life that is full of joy, meaning, and purpose. The best part? You're just getting started.